I think this season we're going to be described as the nearly men. You may think the nearly men of getting relegated, but I'm going to say the nearly men of nearly winning games. Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco. Today, 2 games for you, away to West Ham and away to Fulham, both in the Premier League. Since you were last here, we have been the nearly men. That is what we're going to call ourselves. You were last here on the first game of the season. We lost 2-1 to Liverpool there. Unfortunate to lose that game, nearly got a result. Hence the nearly stuff now. We then played Watford at home and won 5-0, really convincingly. I was really happy with the result. The boys played really well, and I thought it was going to be a sign of things to come, especially as we then thrashed Rotherham 4-0 in the Carabao Cup second round. However, it hasn't turned out that way. We've lost the next 3 games. A 2-1 loss to Middlesbrough, a 1-0 loss to Tottenham, and a 2-1 loss to Bournemouth. Games, actually, we should have won, and I'll tell you why. It's because we just can't finish shots, basically. We can't finish shots. It all started here in the Watford game. Alexander Achhammer, the new striker, got a hat-trick. I then said to him after the game, "Well done, mate, on getting your hat-trick, mate. You've done really well there." He then came back to me and said, "No, I didn't play very well that game." And his morale just went downhill. I don't understand why he said he didn't play very well, but that's what he said. And he hadn't scored since then until, was it the Liverpool game he scored? He didn't score in the Liverpool game. He scored in the Stoke game. He got a brace there in the Stoke game, so he's back to his shooting ways. But he just could not hit the target in these games. I'm going to show you the stats for these games now. If we look to the analysis, for example, or match stats, that's what I want to see, not analysis. And we go to match stats. If we look at clear-cut chances, 4 clear-cut chances that game. We squandered them all completely. A similar story in the Tottenham game. If we go to match stats, go to match stats again. As you can see here, clear-cut chances, 2 clear-cut chances. We both missed and could have gone to win that game 2-1 there. And a very similar story against Bournemouth as well. Again, if we look at the match stats for this game, it really wasn't very good. Clear-cut chances 4 as well. So we could have had another 3 goals on there at least. I don't know if we scored our clear-cut chance, one of them. But we missed a lot of clear-cut chances, which is really annoying. So we should have done a lot better there, but unfortunately we haven't. We then got revenge for Liverpool in our earlier defeat in the season. They beat them on penalties after a 2-2 draw. We got unlucky with the Rochon own goal. Then we equalised not too far after the match, another own goal there. And it went all the way to extra time when, funnily enough, Liam Coyle, who is back playing for Liverpool obviously, but he played right back in this game for whatever reason. So I'm glad he's getting game time now, Liam Coyle, but I still prefer him to have him at Lincoln, obviously. But he was playing at right back and he literally just gifted the ball to Chummer to go and score. So I kind of thought that was him repaying me for all his time and favour. Unfortunately, they went and scored later on, but we did win on penalties. So that was decent. We've got Tottenham in the 4th round at the Carabao Cup further down the line. And then last time out, we beat Stoke. Stoke sitting bottom of the table. We were 2-0 up pretty comfortable. It was a pretty comfortable game. Again, we should have scored a few more goals perhaps, but they came back and scored late on, but it wasn't really too much to worry about. In terms of the league table then, it puts us down in 17th. You may not be able to see the points there. We're on 6 points. Crystal Palace in 18th, also on 6 points, but they've got a -7 goal difference, where we've got +2 goal difference. Sunderland and Stoke down in 19th and 20th on 2 points and 1 point respectively. A win could potentially catapult us all the way up to 9th. So, I mean, it's really tight still. Obviously, it's very early on the season, so there's nothing too much to worry about. But 2 wins and 4 losses should be different. We shouldn't have lost that many games. As I say, we're the nearly men. If we'd been a bit better in those few games, perhaps we'd be a lot higher up the table than we actually are. Injury-wise, Kobayashi's been out for quite a while now. He got injured very early on after you left. So he's our first choice centre-back this season, but he's been out injured for a while, which has meant Ruben Garcia and Rochon Williams have been reunited. But as you can see here, they don't play particularly well together, so that's been a bit of an issue. This is the side that's going to be taken on today, and as you can see, links have been started to made, which is quite positive actually. As you can see here, already a very good link between Halal and Declan Rice. Masimovic and you have a fairly decent partnership, and although this line is like a yellowy orange, Jan Valery and Lukasic have a fairly decent partnership, it says there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these kind of partnerships will bring further down the season. Hopefully they will be good. Hopefully we'll get one of these guys out and we'll get in wherever he is, Kobayashi back in there at some point, because he is probably going to be better than both those guys in the future. So I want to get him in the side as quickly as possible. The only other big news is that Reynolds is starting to become goalkeeper now. We put him in for the cup game, and then I've just forgot to take him back out the side after that, basically. And he played a few league games and was actually decent before I realised he was in goal still, not Darlow. So he stayed in goal, basically, just because I forgot to take him out, and he's doing all right. We may as well play him now. He is almost as good as Darlow now, and because he's got a lot of potential, we may as well just keep playing him. So I'm happy to keep him there. He's doing all right for himself, and more game time is going to equal better player in the future. That didn't make much sense, but that's what it's going to do. The starting lineup then for the game against West Brom: Reynolds starts in goal with a back four of Masimovic, Garcia, Williams and Valery. Rice, Halal and Perrier start in the middle with Yu and Lukasic out wide, and Atchhammer starting up front today. Right, kickoff is upon us then. We're obviously in the red, playing away to West Brom in their white and blue. I nearly said red then. West Brom were a decent side last season. They finished mid-table in the end, but when we played them, they were up in like second, third, fourth. They were really up there. This season so far, not doing quite as well, sitting in 13th rather actually. A win today will take us above them. As you can see, because other teams haven't played yet, we're already up into 15th because of a draw, basically. That's what it's giving us right now. So it's still very, very tight early on in this season so far, nearly at the 10-game mark. Halal plays a nice ball through to Perrier, actually. If he can get his cross into the area, he can't quite. Nasir Chadley makes a decent tackle, actually, and he's now coming forward with it. Mkhitaryan now playing for West Brom, obviously on the demise of his career now. I'll say demise. West Brom is still a decent side this far into the future. They're still doing well. Rafael Santos Borre, though, a player that we've had in FM17. I know all about him. He's a very, very good player. I'd quite like to get him at Lincoln, actually. If he's as good as he was in FM17 when I had him, I'd like him at Lincoln. Borre being put forward once again, though, and this time a shot rockets back off the post. A decent attack from West Brom there, but now we're coming on the counter-attack as Atchhammer comes forward. If he can get a ball across to Brad Year, we can't. He's gone out wide instead of being tackled, but Brad Year was in acres of space on that left-hand side. If he got the ball to him, perhaps a goal could have come from it. West Brom, though, dominating us so far. I'm not happy with that. What's going on there, then? I've just been telling you how we were nearly men, and now we're being dominated. So, I mean, quite frankly, that's not nearly men attitude, is it? Rashawn Williams on the ball, then plays it nice to Valery in the classic now with a chance to come forward. A great ball through to Asham. He puts it into Yeo, and Brad Yeo slots it past the goalkeeper. I think the goalkeeper may have got a hand to it, but it doesn't matter because it went in the back of a net. As I said, we could move up to 9th position. As things stand, we currently are in 9th position. That goal difference in the Watford game really, really helped, actually. So we're on +3 goal difference now, which puts us above everyone else below us, basically. I mean, that is a meteoric rise in just one goal. One goal has got us from 17th to 19th, which kind of shows how close the league is. Obviously, our goal difference is really, really helpful with that. But we're coming forward again now. Perrier puts a great ball to Atchhammer, and Atchhammer can't quite get it in there. Calmly at half-time, though. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of better. So we'll keep on my toes out there. Make sure that we're expecting a better performance from them. We want to make sure we thoroughly beat West Brom. We don't want to be just about beating them. We want to give a good account of ourselves and say, look, we are a decent side that can beat decent Premier League teams. Also, if you're interested as well, Everton. It's just gone away there, but Everton, currently the leading team in the Premier League so far this season. They've been a bit of a surprise package. What a shot from Atchhammer. That was so close to going in. I don't know what he was trying there. Really, I don't know why it was even a highlight, to be fair, but fair play to him. If he wants to have shots from there, just get him on target. That's what I'm going to ask for. Get him on target if you're going to have shots from that distance. Right, I think we're going to look to make subs in the next few minutes. We'll watch this highlight first as Masimovic puts it into Garcia. I mean, I say his name differently every time. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to call him, but I think I say it differently. We've given the ball away there, and Rafael Santos Borre, cool as you like, puts it past Reynolds in goal. That was a real poor goal to concede that, actually. I think we should have done a lot better there defensively, in terms of giving the ball away, and in terms of Reynolds being in goal. We should have done a lot better there. I think we'll make some changes then coming forward. Can Brad Yeo play on that right hand side? He can play as an inside forward on attack. That's okay. We'll bring Stainsbury on, give him a little run out, see what he can do, make him an inside forward as well. That could be a bit risky actually doing that. I don't know if I like that or not. We can swap him around later on if it doesn't work out too much for us. And we're also going to bring on Mason Mount for Halaub, make him an advanced playmaker instead, just so we can get a ball a little bit higher up the pitch perhaps. I think that may be the best thing to do. Atchhammer though on the ball, on the edge of the area, puts it into Yeo, and Yeo's shot, unfortunately, was just straight at the goalkeeper. If he put it either side, that would, I mean, the goalkeeper's parry nearly put it in the back of the net, but either side of the net, that would have gone in. I think these last 10-15 minutes or so, we may bring Declan Rice into that more attacking midfield position, but obviously not have him there. We'll bring on Brahim Diaz instead as an advanced. Do we make him an advanced playmaker on attack, and we'll bring Mason Mount back to more of a. I mean, I don't know what to make him if I'm honest with ourselves. We'll keep Diaz. We'll make him both playmakers. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? We'll do that. We'll also move on to attacking and slightly more fluid. See if we can just push for a goal in this game. A draw is a decent result, but I'd much rather get the 3 points because quite frankly, we've dropped enough points already, I feel. From the chances that we've had in these opening few games of the season, we've dropped points, I've got to say. And coming forward now for West Brom, it looks like we could be dropping points again as Borre gets his ball through to Gray, and Gray's shot, fortunately for us, wasn't on target, but it's a dangerous move from West Brom, that. King coming forward now for West Brom, gets to the edge of the area. Oh my God, they're through. Oh, Jan Valery, what looked like was going to be an incredible interception there, stopping the cross come in, but he just headed it straight back down to the guy who put the cross in. He managed to score a goal. And what am I saying? Same thing. We've been in this game completely, doing really, really well. And by the looks of things now, we're going to lose it now as they've put another corner in. Mkhitaryan puts a corner in, but it's head gone straight back to him. Broadbent on the edge of the area now, puts it in again. Goalkeeper parries it, but only as far as Panzo. Panzo now gets it back out, and again, they're coming forward. Panzo to King, King to Mkhitaryan, Mkhitaryan to Broadbent. Don't do this to me, please, West Brom. Reynolds collects comfortably. We're going to shout to them, push forward, and we're also going to go to an overload stance as well for these final 5 minutes. A draw is what I want now. I'll happily take a draw. West Brom coming forward once again. Broadbent into the area. He's put it across to Gray, and that is it. That is full time. Well, there we go. West Brom 3, Lincoln 1. What a poor performance that was. Again, let's have a look at clear-cut chances. They've had 4, we've had 2 to be fair. So, okay, we can concede that there. But, again, we made it too easy for them, and we didn't do ourselves enough up front. We just weren't doing good with our chances. Far from pleased. I mean, I got international break as well, which can take ages to get through because it just does. This is not looking like it's going to be a good day for me, really. Not looking like it's going to be a good day. It's getting hot as well. Taking the jumper off. Guarantee you in 3 minutes time I'm going to be too cold and put it back on again. I'll probably choke on one of these grapes in a minute. Oh, youth facilities also been upgraded. Let's have a look at those. What are they now? They must be pretty decent now. Great youth facilities. So we're getting there. Great training too. Training's also being upgraded, but it's going to take like a year or so. So we're getting there with facilities now. It's looking pretty good. And we've also got a new sports scientist coming in. So that is thoroughly exciting. Oh, and a new head physio. And a new physio as well. Or is that the same guy? No, it's not. He's an under-18 one. They got very confused then. We've also just got this guy on trial as well. However, he won't be able to actually sign a contract until January because of registration rules and things like that. If we go to offer him one, he wants a lot of money, so actually we're probably not going to get him. But if you had the choice, would you sign this guy? 4-star current ability, 28 years old, could add some depth to our squad, but I'm not overly convinced at his age, at his ability, lack of potential, and of course £71,000 a week is a lot of money to pay. I mean, we've got through most of that international period now. Nothing interesting has happened particularly. But we've now got even longer to wait, because it turns out our game's on the Monday, not the Saturday or the Sunday, or even the Friday, on the Monday. So we've had a long time off. The positive is, though, everyone else will have played already by the time we get round to our game, so then we know how far we actually will go at the table if we end up winning the game. Despite the loss last time out, I'm going to keep the side the exact same. All this orange really does get to me. I don't like how it's orange, despite it saying they all have fairly decent partnerships. Even this one, which looks as orange as this one, Garcia and Williams, played poorly, that's a very orange line. Rice and Perrier, very orange line, have played fairly decently together. Like, I don't understand it. What does it mean? What does it actually mean, the colours? Does it mean anything? Because surely they should all be green, because they all seem to play well with each other, but I'm not a fan of it. Either way, though, we're going to keep the side the exact same and just see how it goes. Right, kick-off is upon us once again. Fulham playing in the white, we're away in the red. Hopefully, today we get a better result. If we don't get a better result, perhaps we'd start looking at changing formation. I'm kind of hesitant to do so, though, because as I've sort of shown you, as Atcham has just got onto the end of a loose ball, hits the post. What a golden opportunity that was. He did really well with his shot, though, to be fair, but he just hit the post. That's unlucky. As I was saying, though, as I've shown you in this episode, in the previous fixtures of this, and even last game to an extent, we create a lot of clear-cut chances with this formation. We're just not putting them away. So I kind of don't want to give... Oh, they've just gone and scored, haven't they? I've decided that we definitely need to get better centre-backs in January. That's going to be a priority, I think. Some more centre-backs, I think. But as I say, we create the clear-cut chances. We just don't finish them. So I have got faith in this formation. It's just that we're not delivering on it right at the moment. So perhaps we do need to change it. I don't know. It's a difficult one. If we don't win today, we will experiment with some new things. I've decided that now. But as we come forward, Lukasic gets on the end of a Brad Yeo cross and makes it 1-1 15 minutes of this game. I don't know how tall Lukasic is, but I didn't think he'd be that tall. But he's managed to win his header in the air and managed to score from it. So fair play to him. How tall actually is he? 184 centimetres. I thought he was tiny. Because I don't know why I thought he was tiny. I think it's because in FM17 we had a guy at Roma called Chuck Woody, and he was 5'2" or something ridiculous. So I always assume that wingers like him are going to be tiny. But no, Lukasic, absolute giant. Perrier on the edge of the area now, out of nowhere. Again, I did see this episode as well. I'm texting when I shouldn't be texting because, well, I'm in demand clearly all the time. But I think the ball came in from the corner, and Perrier gets on there. I'll refrain from this now. I'll say, please stop talking to me because I've got some important stuff to do. Oh, now Williams has got to get himself sent off though, as I say that. So my focus does have to be shifted onto the game now because we've only got 10 men now. Right. Declan Rice can play centre-back, so that is okay. We can bring him there. Perrier can sort of sit. We'll leave him in the central midfield, but we don't need to move him back just yet. I think we'll be okay. Another highlight now, looking like it's coming towards Fulham. Godfrey Donsu, playing for Fulham for whatever reason, comes forward with the ball, but we've headed it clear. Now Halal on the ball, through to Atchama. Atchama through to Yeo. Yeo gets it across to Atchama again, and Atchama, with 10 men, we don't need 11 men. We've only got 10, but we're still scoring goals. We've made it 3-1 now. What a turnaround that is, actually. I was very, very prepared for us to go on the back foot then and just be defend for the rest of this game. But we turned out we don't need to defend. We're fine with 10. In fact, that's probably when we're going wrong. We're doing better here with 10 men than we have done in the entirety of the last few games. So perhaps in future we just need to get someone sent off every game in the first half hour or so, and then we're fine. Well, we'll start the second half now. We've done pretty well in this first half. We have actually dominated Fulham, I'd say. I think I use dominated quite loosely when I talk about games. I think if we have one more shot than someone else, I say dominated, which isn't quite the definition. But Fulham coming forward now. Reynolds makes a decent save there, to be fair, the young man. He's only 20 years old and he's playing fully Premier League football. So that's a big responsibility of him. I think with goalkeepers especially, you definitely want to have someone experienced in the sticks. Just because they can then command from the back as well. And this guy, 20 years old, very young, inexperienced. They've just scored, showing his inexperience, I'll say that. It's a lot of pressure on the boy, to be fair, a lot of pressure. So I think he's coping with it very, very well. He'll only get better as the season goes on. So I'm not overly concerned with the lack of wins so far this season. Defensively, we have been poor, but not that poor. I think it's perhaps more the attack we should be worried about. We're not finishing the chances that we're getting. We've got a throw in now, though. Halal on the ball. Plays back to Masovic, and Atchaman out. Puts it into Yeo. Yeo across to Lukasic, and Lukasic gets his second of the game. What a performance from his boy today. But what a performance from Brad Yeo as well. He's been the man getting the assist today. Is that his third assist of the day? His fourth assist of the day. He's assisted all the goals. I would absolutely love to sign him permanently from Man United. I'm going to try really hard to sign him. He's brilliant, but I don't think they're going to let me have him because he is just that good. As you can see, though, a win today over Fulham puts us ahead of them in the table and 15th in the league with +2 goal difference. And again, another win after that would put us perhaps 9th again. And we've got such better goal difference than everyone else around us. That is a testament to how bad Watford's defence was when we played them. Thank you, Watford, for gifting us 5 goals and giving us a really good goal difference. And in return, giving them a pretty bad one. Throw in now for Fulham towards the end of this game. Bertrand can't get near the ball. Lukasic heads it away, but only as far as a Fulham man. And Bertrand does get the ball back, actually. Seri has a decent shot there. Alberto Seri makes it 4-3. This could be a squeaky end to the game now, actually. I didn't anticipate them scoring another goal like this. Well, Pershers can play as a CDM. So we'll bring him on as a ball-winning midfielder on defend. Perrier can stay as a defence midfielder on defend. We'll bring Lukasic back and we'll bring Yeo back as well. We'll go a bit more defensive. I reckon just for a little bit more solidity, we bring Jorgensen on for Rice just to keep something a little bit fresher there and just keep it a little bit nicer. I don't know. It might work. It might help a little bit. There's a highlight now on the ball. That does make me worried, actually, as the ball's put up towards Atchama. Halal gets the ball, though, actually. If we can just score a goal here, that will really, really make me happy as... I thought we'd give him a penalty then. I thought Yeo was either about to capitalise on such a good performance, score his goal that he deserves, or win as a penalty, but neither of those things happened. And there we go, Lincoln 4, Fulham 3. Finally a win, basically, finally a win. Puts us 15th in the table, a good 3 points clear of that relegation zone now. I mean, another win would propel us up to 9th, top half of the table. We're only a few points off 4th, Champions League, so what is there to worry about? Next time out then, I reckon Swansea and Sunderland, or maybe Sunderland and Crystal Palace. Around that kind of date, we'll probably do the next episode. If anything big comes up in that time, I'll do something. But probably around there, probably Swansea and Sunderland is going to be next episode. Well, thank you very much for watching today's episode of the Lincoln Loco. If you enjoyed it, make sure you do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new on here, and I'll see you next time for some more Lincoln Loco